Hello, one and all. My name is Vortek, and welcome to the third part in our Wurm Expedition Let's Play, where today I got a little bit carried away. I will show you that in a second, but before I do, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my friend Weem, who is actually playing on this very server right now. I watched his new Worm video he did on this server, and he said, hey, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to tell you guys how you can play on our server with us. And I thought that's a great idea, and he talked to the rest of the guys, I talked to the rest of the guys, we decided we are going to open up our private server to a select few people. And all you're going to need to do is, well, wait till the end of the video to learn more, because I'm going to be evil like he was. So if you want to learn more about playing on this server with us, just stick around to the end, and I will reveal that information. But for now, like I was saying, I got a little bit carried away. And let me just turn around here. And as you can see, the settlement is coming along rather nicely. I did mean to do some of this on the actual recording, and I do apologize if you wanted to see some of this. But what you're looking at is pretty basic stuff. Things you'll just kind of need to know and need to start doing in order to get yourself comfortable in Wurm. And those things include building storage bins, building a food storage bin, and getting yourself a forge. Other than that, the floor here, the cobblestone, very easy to do, but not necessary. And flattening the land is kind of a pain. So today I'm going to show you guys how to flatten land, how to do some terraforming, and I'm going to make my goal to terraform out over in this direction, because this is where I would like the town hall to be. It's not going to be a very big town hall, but we do need to get ourselves situated with some kind of room to place all of these storage bins we're going to need in, and things like that. The town hall is going to be kind of the hub for people who come to the town. So that's kind of what we're doing. And for those of you who may end up joining us on the server, that's kind of the plan. What you're looking at right here, this settlement token, this is dead center of town, and I'm going to be expanding it too, like the borders, the invisible borders of town. And we're just going to be building. This is going to become the town square, and we're just going to have, you know, buildings and pathways weaving in and out and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of where this is going. But this is the grand tour right here. The tent and stuff down there, we may do something over there. I know I'm going to put docks eventually, but I'll probably do that more over here. And yeah, so that's, I mean, it's just kind of wide open right now. I did manage to build a pen. We got some pigs, we got a horse, so that's going to be really helpful. Once I get a large cart, I can hitch him up and carry some stuff around. So that is pretty cool. And also, Dreadlow has joined our settlement, and he may even appear in a video or two, so watch out for that. He is going to be helping me build up the settlement, and that's pretty awesome. I know I was saying I could do it alone, and that'd be fun, but having the help makes this game go by just so much faster. So anyway, as I said, we're going to be leveling some land. Now, right in front of us, you can kind of see what we're dealing with. I'm going to click on my shovel, get that selected, because that's going to be what's telling us, you know, in terms of what needs to be done for leveling the land. It's going to tell us what to do. So as you can see, this is level. This is flat land. You can, if I hover over the cobblestone, it says cobblestone flat. And if I go over here, it just says grass. Now what we want is all of this to be flattened to the same level as this cobblestone. And that all depends on if the land is sloping up or sloping down. If it's sloping down, we need to add dirt to it, and if it's sloping up, it's easier because we can just dig the dirt out. But adding dirt to it isn't that hard. You just need to have the dirt in the first place. So let's open up our bin, and you can see here I have 43 dirt. That's pretty good. I'm going to take 10 or whatever I can carry. You can't carry that weight. All right, well then give me, I don't know, 5. All right, that'll do for now. And I'm going to just start kind of placing it around. Now, one of the tricks, there's a lot of tricks to digging in general. Digging, I just learned a lot more about it today, and it's kind of interesting. So right now, right here, you can see it says tile border. It says 2 slopes down. That means that this border and then this spot, like, it's 2 slopes down from where I'm standing. So if I want it to come up, I want to place 2 dirt at this corner. The way the digging and dirt system works is it works depending on what corner of the tile you're standing on. So if I were to dig this tile down, this corner that I'm standing at would go down before anything else. If I was standing over here, then this corner would start going down before anyone else. And the same thing kind of works for bringing it up. So because our slope is right here, I'm going to drop 2 dirt down on the ground, not in a pile, just on the ground, like that. And that brings it up by 2. Now, if I want to be really thorough, I can sit here and, like, try to level it. It says flat now, so I know that's level. And what I can do, the other trick, is to right-click the land. Be sure you're standing on a flat surface already. Right-click, and you can hit... I have my shovel selected, correct? Oh. Oh, there's a tree there, so it wants me to deal with the tree. Okay, well, there's a cedar tree growing, so I'll have to chop that down. Let's do that real quick. Since it's a little baby tree, that shouldn't be a problem. There it is. It just left me some wood scrap. Alright, so we'll get our shovel out. And I want to level this. So I can hit the level button down here. And what it should do is add the dirt for me, as long as I have dirt on me to add. Like that. So you can see it is now flat. So this is flat, and this is flat, and this is flat, and that's flat. And now we are dealing with almost an entirely flat area. So the goal for me is to go as far out here as I can, because I want to build a town hall, and I also don't want the town hall right on top of this pen, which we could destroy in the future, but for now we don't really need a huge town hall, and putting it on top of the pen seems kind of silly. So I'm going to make my goal right now to just kind of head forward and, yeah, level some terrain. It's been a little over 20 minutes now, and I've managed to clear out some more trees and flatten some more land. It may not look the prettiest, but I can assure you that this is exactly what we want. It is flat all the way out to here, and I can actually go ahead and keep going if I want, but what I wanted to actually do was start planning out our new build. So we're going to be making the town hall, as I said, and the one thing I definitely don't want to do is block the opportunity for a pathway to cut across into that wooded area, because it's offering me a whole lot of space to flatten out, and the last thing I want to do is put the town hall from like here to here and then completely lose any opportunity to expand in that direction. And because this is a nice huge ravine back here, there's no way I'm going to bring this up to our level. So it would make sense that the town hall would kind of stop back there. So now I'm going to get to show you guys how to plan a build. So let's drag this cart out of the way. Come on, cart. It's pretty heavy, so I think we may have some dirt in there or something. We'll have to kind of empty that out. Let's open up our bin here. This is my low quality bin. Anything under 40 quality I dump in here. And this is my 40 and up quality bin. That's one way to organize things, since everything in this game kind of goes by quality. And when it comes to dirt, I really don't care about the quality, so I'm just going to dump it all in my low quality bin. And actually, it just averages out, because what these bins do is take everything in its total weight, and they clump it together. So now all the dirt in here is 25 quality. At least I think so. And that's kind of how it works. Let's take this cart and move it out of our way, because for planning, we don't really need any supplies. And the first thing I actually want to do is start packing this down. Now, I'm not sure if you need to pack it down. It's just a habit I kind of developed over time. I mean, it's easy enough to kind of check, but the reason I used to pack down is because back in the day, the grass would come through the floor in your new house. And that was very, very frustrating, because the only way to get rid of it was to rip up your floor and then pack down the dirt underneath. So I think it's just an old worm habit. Now, I'm not sure if that's still a thing or not, but I'm definitely taking on the, taking a lesson from that old worm habit and just packing down land as I go. And this kind of helps me also figure out where my floor plan is going to be. So we're just going to pack all this down. That's what we were doing last night too, before we paved the area. We just started packing down as much as we could, so we knew what was already flattened and what wasn't. Because the land looks lumpy, like, let's face it. So let's pack all this down. And we have a 3x3 square here. And I want a bigger town hall than that. And as I said, I don't want to take away from a pathway going into the forest here. Well, what we're going to do is I'm still going to pack this down. And once I actually complete the build, you'll kind of see what is going to happen. But a pathway will still go through. We're going to basically make kind of a tunnel using the... Uh-oh. I just dug. Damn it. I didn't hit pack. I hit dig. We're going to basically make a tunnel using the pathway and the house. It's easier to show you. So when we're planning a building, it actually, unfortunately, you're not going to get to see what I have in mind, but it's going to look like a big square, and it's going to look super boring, and you're going to look at me and go, typical Vortac, building typical boring things. Luckily for me, though, Wurm Unlimited has its own set way that things look. Oh, I dropped it as a pile. That was dumb. Its own set way that things look. So basically what I mean is it might look stupid just from the plan, but once I actually put the walls on there and you kind of see where I'm going with it, it's not going to be a cube. It's going to be pretty dang cool looking. And, yeah, so simple a Vortac can't mess it up. That's why I play this game. Okay, there we go. It's all packed down and ready for planning. All you need to do when planning a building is grab a mallet or a hammer. I have a mallet right here. And you just kind of right-click your packed dirt and you can hit Plan Building. And it's that easy. Before I go any further, though, you'll start to see something. If we look down in events here, if you have it on full screen, if you can read, it says you enter First Street, the name of our town. If I walk out here, just a little bit, you leave First Street. That's not going to fly. My town hall should probably be in my town. So before we continue planning, I'm actually going to expand our town a little bit. If I go into our settlement, I can do all kinds of things down here. We can show the village plan, and this kind of shows us, I guess right here is the farthest we can go. And I can do all kinds of stuff. I'm actually going to sit here and mess with this for a second, because I've never expanded a, oh, well, why don't I just hit resize? There we go. Settlement west, east, north, and south. West is the direction we want to go. I should expand in all directions, but west for sure. So let's take west and bring it out by, like, I don't know. I have all kinds of space to work with, so I'm going to hit 10. In terms of east, I'm going to say 7. North, let's do 7. And south, we will do 10. Okay, so if I survey the area, that is going to give us these little markers. So down there is the 7 I went. And then over here, now we should have more than enough space to put our town hall within our deed. That's what we want. And then the 5-tile radius, that should work. And it's First Street. We'll save the name. Everything's fine. And we can have up to 6 guards now. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And save the number of guards. They'll show up eventually. Resize settlement. Da-da-da-da. And the cool thing about this, for our server, is they gave me an option. Do you want your settlement to be free, or do you want to pay every time you do that? On other servers, you would have to pay. We decided to let people decide for themselves. So my friend TJ used his God mode powers to grant me basically infinite money, so I can do this however I want. And the money is only for the settlement. I can't spend that money on anything else. It just upkeeps my settlement so it doesn't decay. And the reason a settlement would decay is basically because of old Wurm Online. People would claim land and then never log on again. So if you're not there to upkeep it, it's decaying. Kind of a cool feature, but for a private server, not very necessary. So now I'm just planning our building, and all this is going to do is just put up a frame. It's going to give us a nice frame of reference as to where our building is going to be. And I am going to come out to here, over here, and we just want to plan all that. So we can even go back here. This is going to be a very big town hall by the looks of it, but as I was saying, looks can be deceiving. So there we go. That is the plan as it is. So what if I want to make it upstairs? Well, I mean, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty... No, actually, I am sure. We need to have the rest of the building done first, and then I can start planning up floors or ceilings. So first we'll finalize the plan. Bam. You finish planning the house. Cool. And then once I get the walls in and stuff, I can make floors, and I can plan floors above, and that's how I get a second story. I probably will want a second story for our town hall, but as it stands, that's it. There you go. It's as simple as that, planning a building. And then what we're going to do in order to actually make walls is we get to come to each of these little frames here and decide what it's going to be. So if I add to the crafting window, you can see there's a wall plan, but there's no requirements for finishing that wall plan, and that's kind of like a head scratcher. The way to get that to, you know, actually do what we want it to do, I need to sit here and select, like, what kind of wall I want, or do I want a window here? You know, what do I want? Well, in this case, I'm going to kind of think of it this way. I want my door to be in the center, and since this is going to be a pathway, the center would be right here. So this one right here is going to be build, and I want timber frame because it looks awesome. A timber frame double door. You need a wooden beam. Well, I'll need a wooden beam to actually plan that. But yeah, that's kind of how you get started building. Now, the other thing I need is clay, mixed grass, and logs. But we're not going to build in this episode. That's going to be for next time. Yeah, so I've just been rambling this whole time. I'm just really excited. The town is coming along. I don't even feel like we restarted the server because I've just made so much damn progress today. So it's been a really fun day. Oh man, I wish I could show you guys what I mean. Essentially, imagine this cobblestone pathway going across here, and all this frame you see isn't going to be walls. It's just going to be kind of a tunnel, if you will. So you'll be going through the town hall to get to the other side of town. I think that's kind of cool. It's something I was trying to do in the last server, but it got reset, so I couldn't really show you. Alright guys, as promised, I'm going to talk to you about how to play on the server with us. And all you need to do is check the description below. You're going to find a link to a Google form. I want you to fill out that form to the best of your ability, and from there I will pick a select group of people to come and play on the server. We're not going to take everyone. We can't take a lot of people because it is a private server, and our friends that are playing on it want to keep it that way, and they're the ones who own it. They're paying for it. I'm not. I'm just kind of playing on it with my friends, and they said you can bring people on as long as you vouch for them, but essentially we don't want too many people. We don't want the server to blow up. And I'm like, okay, that sounds good. So Weem's inviting some people. I'm inviting some people. Eventually, I will remove the form, and if you don't see it down there, you can probably assume the video got old and I took the form away. But for the time being, there's a form down in the description. Fill it out, and from there, we will select who's going to come on the server. I can't promise that that's going to happen immediately. I think we're going to wait just a little bit so the settlements can kind of like get their bearings first, and then we'll start letting people in. At least that's how I'm going to do it. I don't know what Weem's going to do, but there you go. You can play in this town if you want, or you can start your own town anywhere on the map that there isn't already something going on. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoy. If you do have Wurm Unlimited, consider joining our server. That would be awesome. And leave a like, as always. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you want to see. And I will catch you guys next time.